I might be a bit dirty. I might be a little bit whatever. I'm just eating my cheat meal, which is basically a lot of cacao and oats and anything else that is healthy, actually. But it's a big ass portion. Anyway, we're gonna talk about philosophical quotes once again about life, death, and everything in between by Jordan Bates, which is an article, and the article is going to be down in the description. Why am I recording? I'm sorry, at 7:30 p.m. The only reason for that is actually just because I do need to work on something, so that I can be fine with not doing something. As dumb as it may sound, but it is just definitely the case. Yeah. What did you do as a child that made the hours pass like minutes? Herein lies the key to your earthly pursuits. By Carl Jung, I guess. Or Carl Jung, whatever it is. When you're content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. By Lao Tzu. I'm just gonna pick, I'm not gonna read everyone. I don't actually know why, but I'm just gonna do it. Fyodor Dostoevsky. Man only likes to count his troubles, he doesn't calculate his happiness. Happiness consists in realizing it is all a great strange dream. Jack Kerouac. Yeah, and we shouldn't take life that serious, which is something that I've learned very recently, but it is still the case, you know? It is just and still the case. Don't just take life that serious, and everything is gonna be a bit better and finer and whatever. Franz Kafka. I have the true feeling of myself only when I'm unbearably unhappy. Sounds kind of strange, but yeah. If you look for perfection, you will never be content. By Leo Tolstoy. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. By William James. The notion that a human being should be constantly happy is uniquely modern, a uniquely American, uniquely destructive idea. By Andrew Weil. Quotes about love. The truly faithless one is the one who makes love to only a fraction of you and denies the rest. By Agnes Nin. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Khalil Gibran. Yeah, I don't know. I believe that love should not be about, I don't know, like needing the other person. I don't necessarily think that this is the best thing you can do, because eventually maybe there is a breakup and then you're going to be completely fucked. Completely. And I still believe that there is other things like the partnership, you know, as friends and so on and so on and so on, that are truly important as well. Like, I don't know. It's a difficult one. When you love someone, you love the person as they are, not as you would like them to be. Yeah, actually. Love doesn't just sit there like a stone, it has to be made like bread. Remade all the time, made new. Ursula K. Le Guin. We need, in love, to practice only this, letting each other go, for folding on comes easily, we do not need to learn it. Rainer Maria Rilke. I'm willing to repeat it actually. We need, in love, to practice only this, letting each other go, for folding or for holding on comes easily, we do not need to learn it. Yeah, actually, that's truly the case, which I think also ties into like, okay, just do something with your friends. It is okay if you're doing something with your friends. Go do and have fun without me, without your partner, and do something with the kids on your own, and so on and so on and so on. Like there's many things that I think are important considering this. But yeah. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Yeah, definitely. You know, it takes a lot of courage to... It depends, I think. If it is your first love, then I think it is not that courageous. But if it is your second, your third, or your fifth, or whatever, then I think it is courageous to step into this bond again, to step into this life situation again without thinking about its breaking apart again, and then you losing your mind, you then actually being very tremendously unhappy if this was the case before. If it was, then it is just truly courageous. If it wasn't, then somehow still, but not that much. We were together, I forget the rest. Walt Whitman. Jackson Pollock, love is friendship set to music. And Saul Williams, intelligence is intuitive, you needn't learn to love unless you've been taught to fear and hate. Quotes about identity and self-actualization. We are what we pretend to be, so we must be careful about what we pretend to be. Kurt Vonnegut. Or Kurt Vonnegut. Whatever. C.G. Jung or Jung. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. We must be willing to let go of the life we plan so as to have the life that is waiting for us. Joseph Campbell. Friedrich Nietzsche once again. Become what you are. And Soren Kierkegaard. What labels me negates me. Quotes about art. I'm gonna skip this one. There's Salvador Dali, which painted an incredibly amazing picture of Jesus Christ, actually. Even though he was not particularly religious, he still did it because of whatever reason, actually. I've unfortunately forgotten about it, but it's an amazing... I'm willing to show you. Dali. Cruz. I just remembered it is something with Cruz. Dali Santa Cruz, something like that, actually. No. Now this is not what I'm... Dali... Cristo Santa Cruz. Maybe I'm gonna find it the right way. Yeah. Cristo de San Juan de la Cruz. Or whatever it is pronounced. It's actually really amazing since the perspective is so different. You know, you're seeing this Jesus actually from the top, but you're also seeing everything else from like the eye height perspective or whatever it's called. It's amazing. It really is amazing. It's nearly as amazing as the love that I'm having for all these quotes. Yeah, I could just sit there all day long and read quotes, to kind of be honest. Quotes about writing and language. From David Foster Wallace, I'd tell you all you want and more if the sounds I made could be what you hear. Jim Morris, if my poetry aims to achieve anything, it's to deliver people from the limited ways in which they see and feel. Ernest Hemingway, all you have to do is write one true sentence, write the truest sentence that you know. Poetry is the place where people can speak their original human mind. It is the outlet for people to say in public what is known in private. Allen Ginsberg. Franz Kafka, once again. Many a book is like a key to unknown chambers within the castle of one's own self. Aldous Huxley. Words can be like X-rays. If you use them properly, they'll go through anything you read and you're pierced. Not perceived. Quotes about reading and education? No. Quotes about truth and wisdom? Yeah, maybe. Nobody's smarter than you are, and what if they are? What good is their understanding doing you? By Terence C. McKenna. Soren Kierkegaard, once again. I must find a truth that is true for me. Hermann Hesse, another German author. Learn what is to be taken seriously and laugh at the rest. Well, as I've actually been talking about before, I take way too many things too seriously, and I should not be doing this because it's making my life way worse than it could be or should be. Fyodor Dostoevsky, once again. The wisest of all, in my opinion, is he who can, if only once a month, call himself a fool, a faculty unheard of nowadays. Truth, she thought, as terrible as death, but harder to find. Philip K. Dick. Yeah, nice name, brother. I don't believe anything, but I have many suspicions. Robert Anton Wilson. The struggle between for and against is the mind's worst disease. Setsan 700 CE. Well, quotes about music and silence? No. Quotes about suffering? I just don't feel like doing it. Quotes about dreams and possibility, no. Quotes about change. The first one is by Heraclitus. You could not step twice into the same river. Yeah, actually. Not in the same. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them, that only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Lao Tzu. Once again, and yeah, I would say this as well. The more you're resisting, the worse it is going to become. If you see life flowing, and this doesn't mean that you should be passive, in my point of view. This doesn't really mean that you should not be doing anything, sitting around, doing nothing all day fucking long. No, this is not what it is all about. But I think it is about, sometimes there's things happening that we can't control, and we can blame ourselves. Yeah, but we should only be blaming ourselves for things that we were able to control or still are able to control. If we are not able to control that, then it weirdly doesn't make any sense, Anyway. Rainer Maria Rilke once again. Let everything happen to you, beauty and terror, just keep going, no feeling is final. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it and join the dance. Alan W. Watts. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent on arriving. Lao Tzu once again. Life's under no obligation to give us what we expect. Margaret Mitchell. Quotes about Zen and Taoism. Quotes about mystery. Quotes about death. No. Quotes about freedom. No. Quotes about nature. No. Quotes about genius and insanity. Quotes about meditation, about religion and morality, relationship and friends. There we go. This is something important. Walt Whitman, once again, a white man. I have learned that to be with those I like is enough. Yeah. Friedrich Nietzsche, once again. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. Hermann Hesse, as well, once again. If you hate a person, you hate something in him that is part of yourself. What isn't part of ourselves doesn't disturb us. Hermann Hesse. Z.G. Jung or C.G. Jung, whatever. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Which I so fucking amazingly believe in. This is going to be the last one. Quotes about compassion and generosity. That's what I consider true generosity. You give your all, and yet you always feel as if it costs you nothing. Simone de Beauvoir. Beauvoir, or whatever. Anne Frank. If you know Anne Frank, I hope so. No one has ever become poor by giving. Mahatma Gandhi. The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. Simone de Beauvoir, once again. One's life has value so long as one attributes value to the life of others by means of love, friendship, and compassion. And I do think that this is going to be the end, so I wish you the best, and I'm hopefully going to see you soon. So, bye-bye, I would say.